I was doing 76, 75 on the motorway. I'm in cruise control. I've got my sat nav on. I've got the GPS speed, which I rely on rather than that. Yep. Although I was below 80 on my speedo, but that overreads. Yeah, I've got one of them things, you know. Right, guys. I was driving along the dual carriageway. I'm doing 75 miles an hour. No more. I've got a sat nav GPS. Yeah, this police car came up behind me and put his sirens on, his lights on and stuff like that, wanting me to pull over. The place he was trying to encourage me to stop was in a live lane of the motorway, a 3-lane motorway. Yeah, so I continued driving until I found a safe place to pull over, and then I stopped to speak to him. Hi there.
Hello, guys. Driver license, please.
Yeah, there you go. No, I'm not required to by law to give it to you, am I? No, to show you my driving license.
Yes, I need to see it.
No, you can see it through the window.
Can I verify it?
Well, you can see it through the window.
Okay. Buddy, you're going to get a breath test as well. I've stopped you for speeding.
Right, I wasn't speeding.
You're doing 86 miles.
No, I was not doing 86 miles an hour. I've got GPS on my
I've got GPS. I've got GPS. I've got speed tracker.
There's no way I was doing 86.
86.
No, there's no way I was doing 86. No way.
I've joined the motorway.
I wasn't doing 86. Being on cruise control all the time. My TomTom's got sat.
You're doing? I've got you at 86.
My...
You are speeding regardless. What is the purpose of your speed? Why are you going that quick?
I was not going that quick. I was going 76 maximum.
You were not going 76.
I was. I've got GPS on my TomTom.
I don't stop people for no reason. I've stopped you for your speed. That's why I've signalled you to stop once.
I've even got my dash cam, which has got GPS on it.
You've ignored me trying to stop you. You've continued on your way. I've then signalled you to stop again to come into lane 1.
Right.
You've ignored that.
Right.
I've then signalled you again to stop down there. You've ignored that, choosing your own place to stop.
Yeah, a safe place, because I thought the place that you...
I'm signalling you to stop somewhere safe, right?
No, that was not safe on the 3 lanes of a motorway.
Can I speak?
Yes, it's not safe on the 3 lanes of a motorway, is it?
No.
This encounter begins with a situation many drivers hope they never face. After being signaled to pull over, the driver believes the requested location is unsafe because it is on an active motorway lane. Choosing what he feels is the safer option, he continues to the next exit before stopping. However, the officer interprets that decision as a failure to stop when instructed, creating an immediate disagreement. What starts as a difference in priorities, road safety versus immediate compliance, quickly develops into a more complicated encounter. Let's see how the situation unfolds.
Hard shoulder.
No, this is a safe place to stop, isn't it?
I deem the safe place to stop.
Well, let's face it. If I got killed, yeah, then
you wouldn't get killed because you'd be on the hard shoulder.
No, this is a safe place to stop.
No,
I've not avoided stopping. I have stopped. I'm showing you my driving license. I'm not speeding. I can prove that. I've got a thingamajig up here. Look, a dash cam. I don't believe I was going 86, Julian, which is your allegation.
Julian, whether you believe it or not. Julian, you're not showing on the insurance of the vehicle.
Yes, I am insured on the vehicle.
You're not showing on the insurance of the vehicle.
Well, I am insured on the vehicle.
No, I can show you. You've got...
Well, it doesn't matter. I got a renewal, which is for the 3rd of...
Julian,
you've just made an accusation and I'm responding to it.
Instead of talking over me, can I just talk?
Right, go on then.
It's a two-way conversation at the minute.
Go on then.
Let it be a two-way conversation. Right. I'm telling you, I've got the insurance in front of me.
Right.
Showing one policy, which is via direct line. That shows 2 people.
That's incorrect. It's Admiral.
Okay. I've got this showing
Well, it's out of date.
2 people with the same surname, but not your name. So how are you insured on the vehicle?
What do you mean the same surname?
Same surnames.
What, my wife?
The same surname.
Keziah. My wife. My wife's called Keziah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's out of date because my insurance is with Admiral. Yeah, and I got a renewal policy documents through the other. Are you listening? I'm trying to explain to you.
What name do you go by?
That one.
Julian or Brett?
Well, Brett Julian Chamberlain.
What do you normally give to other companies? What would you identify?
Might be Brett Julian Chamberlain.
Brett.
Try that.
So this is showing Brett, not Julian. That's why the discrepancy is there.
Right.
All right.
So did you pull me over because you think I haven't got insurance?
No, I pulled you over for speeding.
I wasn't speeding.
We're just going to go back and forth all day at this.
Yeah, but I've got proof that I wasn't speeding because I've got GPS.
The focus of the encounter now shifts from the roadside to the information displayed on the officer's device. The driver is informed that the system shows no valid insurance, an issue that could result in the vehicle being seized and the case moving to court. This moment highlights an important reality. Digital records are only as reliable as the information entered into them. If a database contains incorrect or outdated details, it can create serious confusion and leave a driver trying to resolve the mistake during an already stressful situation.
I've got proof you were speeding. We're having a talk about buddy. I like to normally stop people and educate and have a conversation with people, but you're making that quite difficult because you're being obstructive towards me.
Well, let's start again then, all right? Let's not be difficult with each other. Like, I saw you in the back rear of my car. I was going with the same flow as the rest of the traffic. Slightly. Let me speak, and then you speak. Go on then. Right, I was going the same flow as the rest of the traffic. Right, I had no reason to think that I needed to slow down because there was a police car there. Yeah. Other people slow down when they see a police car, but you know what it's like. The flow of the traffic is like generally slightly above 70. Yeah, and I saw you, and I thought I saw you put your lights on, and I thought you just wanted to get past because you had a call come in or something. Yeah, and then obviously when you were pursuing me, it was obvious that you wanted to pull me over. Yeah, and I deemed the place that you thought I should stop. Well, I didn't know that you wanted to stop me there. I just knew that you wanted me to stop as soon as possible. Yeah, I didn't think you necessarily want me to stop in a stupid place, but just you were indicating to me that you wanted me to stop. So I looked for a safe place to pull over. This is the first exit after you put your lights on, and I stopped. And this is a good place to stop, isn't it? It's better than on the road there.
Look, it's about there. There's where I pull people in. Yeah. But there's also the hard shoulder. So the reason I stopped you, tried to signal you to stop originally, is because I know the road, so I wanted you to go into lane 1, continue, because I'm not going to expect you to divert from the A38 or 380, I expect you to continue on your route. But I knew, so there's in essence a double hard shoulder there. So you've got a hard shoulder, then another part to it. So it is a really safe place to stop.
This is much better though, isn't it? What's your name?
Aaron.
Aaron, I'm Brett. Right, this is a much safer place to stop, isn't it? Have a conversation. We can't even talk there because of the noise, and you'd be saying, "Can you get in the back of my car?"
No, I won't. I never get people out of the car. Right. In the back of my car. There's no point in that.
Well, I am insured, yeah. I've got the renewal notices.
Because you go by your middle name.
This is an important turning point in the encounter. After a tense exchange, the officer suggests starting the conversation again with a calmer approach. He explains that the driver's silence while setting up his camera was interpreted as a lack of cooperation. The moment highlights how clear communication can help prevent misunderstandings. The driver is then given the opportunity to explain his perspective, and for a short time, the conversation becomes more respectful and less confrontational.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. It's my parents' fault, I'm afraid. Have you found it on Admiral?
No, you're showing with Direct Line.
No, it's Admiral.
Genuinely, buddy, it shows with Direct Line.
Yeah, well, I've cancelled the insurance with them. I've been with Admiral for a whole year. I got the documents through the other day saying the renewal date for the insurance on all 3 of my vehicles, is September the 3rd.
I would speak to Direct Line because they're still showing you as a policy at the minute.
Well,
have you discontinued it?
Discontinued Direct Line? No, I'm paying Admiral. I paid £900 last year. No, that's for 3 vehicles. That was actually quite good.
Better than that.
Right, and the renewal policy is for £300. Do you want to take another one of my registration numbers, and you might want to check that?
1 second. What's the other registration?
Hang on. I'm in a fluster now.
Registration these days, buddy.
WF57 AZV.
AZV. So that's another one of your cars?
That's a BMW 535 grey.
Yeah, it's registered to you.
Was that showing insurance?
That's showing Direct Line again.
Well, it's your database is out of date, I would have thought.
When did you take out the policy? How many days back?
I told you it was. It renews on September the 3rd, so it's almost a full year I've had it.
Right, like I say, when I like education, I like to talk to people, and when I rock up and someone's got the window up and they're just slapping a thing.
Yeah, but you tried my door, and you're not allowed to try my door, are you?
Because you were ignoring me at the time, and you had your window up, so you weren't talking to me. So it's.
This becomes a major turning point in the encounter. After the officer checks a second vehicle and finds the same outdated insurance information, the driver's explanation begins to carry much more weight. The situation starts to shift, suggesting that the issue may be with the database rather than the driver. It also highlights the importance of verifying information before reaching a conclusion. The next step is critical, as the officer must decide whether to continue relying on the original records or acknowledge that there may be an error that needs to be investigated.
All right, buddy. So that's why I tried your door, because in essence, when I stop people, most people tend to go, window down, speak to me, this is who I am, blah, blah, blah. I don't expect window up with you saying, wait till I set up my camera before I talk to you, because that's not how this exchange generally goes.
No.
I'm a human being, I'm a human being. I'll treat you like a human being, but I expect you to be cordial towards me as well. I'm not here to...
No, I wasn't uncordial, I just wanted to start recording.
Okay. I'm not here to berate you, we're not here to beat you up and stuff like that. That's not how we work. We're traffic officers, we deal with traffic offences.
Right.
I've seen you speeding, that's why I've stopped you. Alright? I just need to do some checks on you.
Yeah.
Just some checks on, obviously I've checked out the vehicle. I'm happy, because I can see it shows 2 policies, but only one shows up for us. So I would expect that potentially the Admiral one exists, but it's not basically populating on here for us, so we can only see your previous one, which might still be active, might not. Have you still got your licence to hand?
Yep.
And have you got any points on your licence at the minute?
Might have, I can't remember, I've probably got 3 or something like that.
3, okay.
Maybe 6, I'm not sure. So I wasn't being uncooperative, I'll just fill this officer in. Are you a sergeant?
No. he looks sergeant-y, but not quite.
So I was doing 76, 75 on the motorway. I'm in cruise control. I've got my sat nav on. I've got the GPS speed, which I rely on rather than that. Yep. Although I was below 80 on my speedo, but that overreads. Yeah, I've got one of them things, you know, a sat.
Camera,
yeah. Right. This policeman, I saw him behind me. Yep. He puts his lights on, and I thought he was just trying to overtake because an emergency had come in. Okay. But after a short while, I obviously worked out that he wanted to speak to me, but he was encouraging me to stop on 3 lane of the motorway. And I thought, well, that's dangerous, and I'm not prepared to stop there. So I took the first exit off, which was this one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he put the sirens on, and thought I was trying to evade him because I went round to here, okay, which I think is a safe place to stop, where we can talk without the road noise, yeah, and without being an obstruction on the road. And no intention of not stopping if he wants me to stop.
The attention now turns to the officer attempting to open the vehicle door, a moment that often increases tension during traffic stops. From the officer's perspective, he is dealing with a driver who is not communicated clearly. From the driver's point of view, the action may feel more forceful than expected. Situations like this highlight the importance of keeping responses proportionate to the circumstances. After a second officer arrives, the driver is given the opportunity to explain the entire sequence of events from the beginning. However, the discussion soon shifts to another point of disagreement when the officer asks to take possession of the driver's license, while the driver is reluctant to hand it over.
You are, do I? You could be...
Sorry?
How wise you are.
How wise?
You know, you're asking me to stop and trust my life, yeah, and I don't know whether you're a smart guy or a stupid guy. Do you know what I mean? You're just a guy in a police car.
I would never stop you. I would never signal someone to stop in a dangerous location.
Yeah, well, you say that now, but I don't know you when you're in a car behind me.
That's why I expect you to stay, because when you came back into lane 2,
yeah,
I was like, well, what's he doing here? That's what made me quite unsure about you, because I signalled to stop, you've reacted to that and come into lane 1, so I've stayed behind you to tell you to stop, but then you've gone into lane 2 to continue, which has got me a little bit concerned.
In the same token, sir, we don't know you either, do we?
No, exactly, right. So then when I stopped, he tried my door. There's no legislation that says you're allowed to try my door.
It's not about legislation, but when you're putting the window up and ignoring me, I will try someone's door.
No, I didn't have the window up. I didn't. Yeah, I had the window up. I didn't wind the window up.
No,
the window was already up.
But you weren't talking to me.
Yeah, so I said to you, no. When you came to the window, I said to you, I'll talk to you, but only once I've set my camera up so it can be recorded.
If the window's shut, how are we expected to hear that? There's road noise, although you pulled off the motorway, there is road noise.
No, immediately demanded my driving licence. I said, I'll give you my driving licence, okay, so for when I've set up my camera, yeah? So I set up my camera, I showed him my driving licence through the window, and then we got off to a bit of a better start.
Thank you.
No, I'll trust you to have it, but I don't have to give it to you, do I? I don't have to show it to you.
Well, we have to be able to, genuinely, we have to be able to examine the licence. So you might not agree with that, but you have to be able to produce your driving licence to a police if they request it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We take hold of it to examine it.
Yeah.
The discussion now centers on the driver's license, creating another point of disagreement. The officer explains that he needs to examine the license closely as part of the normal verification process. The driver, however, prefers to display it through the window without handing it over. This moment highlights the difference between presenting a document for identification and allowing it to be physically inspected. While officers may need to examine identification during a traffic stop, some drivers are more comfortable keeping their documents in their own possession until they understand the reason for the request.
Taking their backside towards you, I would deal with you as I would with everyone else, and I'm not coming at people, swearing at them, berating them, anything like that. I expect them to be able to provide their driving licence so I can do full checks on them. I'd expect that of any other driver, and 99.9% of the time, there's not an issue there. It's just occasionally, without being disrespectful to you, we do encounter people such as yourselves that insist on keeping the window up. They're only going to talk in this certain situation.
Yeah, that's called rights.
But it prevents this situation, which could be you would have been on your way long ago if you just it would have been licensed, and in all honesty, it would have been a quick talk to say, mind your speed, buddy, slow down. That's the end of it. But you've dragged this all out unnecessarily because I still haven't done the license check on you. Still.
So when you say you have your car set to 75, did you say?
Yep.
So if you've done that on your driving test, would you have passed or failed?
I'd have failed, but you know what the motorways...
No. I'm asking you a question. So the straightforward answer
all right, I might have failed,
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So if we practice something day in, day out, should we become better at it or worse?
Better at it.
Better at it. So if you passed your driving test, I don't know, when was that?
Oh, I don't know, I was 21 or something.
Sorry?
21.
21.
Yeah.
Only a couple of years ago then.
Yeah.
So if you pass your driving test at 21, you practiced every day or there or thereabouts, you should be better at it. So you should know that the maximum speed limit is 70.
Yeah.
It's not a target speed to get to and go over. You don't set your cruise control at 75 because that's illegal. It's breaking the law. You set your cruise control at 70.
The conversation then returns to the original speeding allegation. The officer raises a different point by asking whether the driver would have passed a driving test while traveling at that speed. Rather than focusing only on the alleged violation, he shifts the discussion towards safe driving standards and the responsibilities expected of every driver. The question encourages the driver to think about the situation from a broader perspective, showing how traffic laws are intended to promote safety rather than simply enforce rules.
I agree with you on that, but you know what it's like on the motorway. Everybody drives slightly above 70.
Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Worry about what you're doing and you're in your car.
Yeah,
okay? So go off your speedo, not off your sat-nav, because your speedo is set for the speed of the wheels on the road, etc., etc. That is your speedo, not your sat-nav.
Well, yeah, but the sat-nav's the accurate one, isn't it?
Is it though?
Well, that one and that one, I think so.
Go off the car. Don't go off the sat-nav.
That overreads though, doesn't it? And as your tyres wear out.
But Brett, how old are you, buddy?
53, I think. It's pointless doing a breath test. I haven't drunk anything since the weekend.
When someone commits to me road traffic offence, we as I say, it's like anyone else. I would request a special breath of anyone that I stop. All right.
Yeah.
Have you had anything at all to drink in the last 20 minutes?
No.
Are you a smoker?
No.
Even better. Have you done one of these before?
Some time ago, maybe.
Okay. It probably hasn't changed much. I'll keep hold of the device. I say the part that you put your lips on, I keep covered with that. I'll make sure it's actually...
Is there, can you answer this honestly?
Go on.
Right, you've sworn an oath to the Queen, haven't you, right? So hand on heart, and to be impartial.
Yep.
Is there a marker on your what do you call it, AMPR?
AMPR?
Yeah.
Your car. I haven't got AMPR in the car. Nothing's come up when I've checked your vehicle.
Right.
God's honest truth.
You haven't got AMPR?
Not in that one. That's too old. It's a 63 plate. It's the worst one on the fleet. Did you want one?
No. Well, I don't mind really.
When I've just checked your vehicle on PNC, nothing has come up to say there's a marker on it.
Right.
Genuinely.
Okay.
I would tell if there was something like that, I wouldn't lie to you. All right.
Okay.
I'll tell you what.
What's your name? Aaron? Did you say?
My name's Aaron.
Aaron.
This becomes another key moment in the encounter. After completing the breath test, the driver asks the officer whether his vehicle has been marked in the police system, raising a question about why he may have attracted attention. The conversation shifts to the importance of openness and clear communication. How the officer responds is especially important because a clear explanation has the potential to reduce uncertainty and help move the discussion toward a calmer resolution rather than increasing the tension.
Based extra road policing. I'll even, at the kindness of my heart, show you your vehicle being checked.
Well, it's Brett, but it's also technically Julian.
Just a word of warning, Brett.
Yeah.
All right. I can see you've got unrestrained stuff in the back, like your ladder, your boxes and stuff like that. We dealt with a collision not so long ago, and it was the stuff that was in the boot that's caused serious injury to 3 separate people in the car. So it might not be something that you hit, it might not be your fault, but if those boxes hit you in the back of the head, they're steel boxes, aren't they?
Yeah.
They would do you an awful lot of harm. All right.
Yeah.
It's your loved ones that we have to go around and tell them.
Yeah, this is the car I use for work, but this is the car I use for work.
It might be easier if you've got the back seat up and it's restrained in the boot at least, but...
Yeah, well normally it's actually full of stuff, and then the stuff all restrains itself behind that bar. You know, that bar that you get there?
Right, Brett.
It's only because they're loose that they're kind of like
probably the last time you did this, draw a deep breath into your lungs, seal it around the tube, 1 continuous breath until I tell you to stop. I'll ask you at the end to take hold of that white part there and pull it directly towards you, just because it'll have your saliva on, alright buddy? Keep going, 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 keep going. There we are, thank you very much. As I explained, if you can take hold of the white part directly towards you, thank you very much. And as I explained, I'll show you the vehicle. So this is what it shows up to us when we check it.
let's get my glasses. Can't see much without glasses.
So in essence, when we do a check, it will show all the details of the vehicle like that.
Yeah.
It will show keeper details, yourself, and then it will show vehicle markers. So that tends to be anything of interest, but it's only cherished transfer. So that's in relation to your plate.
Oh right. Yeah.
So that means have you got a private plate on the vehicle?
No, I think when I bought it, I had a private plate.
So that'll be why. So they tend to never get taken off of that. But that's all it shows to us. So there's nothing on there saying that you're a naughty person.
This becomes one of the most constructive moments in the encounter. To address the driver's concern, the officer offers to show the information displayed on his screen and follows through, helping clarify that there is no marker associated with the vehicle. That level of openness helps reduce uncertainty and encourages a more productive conversation. After resolving that issue, the officer shifts the discussion away from enforcement and offers practical safety advice about keeping loose items secure inside the vehicle. The exchange highlights how clear communication and helpful guidance can improve an interaction once the main concerns have been addressed.
Drew my attention with your speed.
It's disappointed about that.
I can explain to you about it. Genuinely, it's just to have a chat. You know, if you were doing ridiculous speed, I'd be saying you're going to get a ticket.
Yeah, but you must admit, I was just keeping up generally with...
I'll disagree with that, because you were the one overtaking most of the cars. In fact, you were the only one overtaking all the cars, which is why you're the one that stuck out. So
Funnily enough, when
I can't agree that you were sticking with traffic because everyone else was slowing down.
The funny thing is, right, when you probably see this when you're in your own car and you're not in your police car, that everybody does 75, 80 on the motorway, and then when a police car shows up, everybody slows down around 70 around it.
So the one thing that you'll notice with us, we've got what we call discretion.
Yeah.
Okay. A safety camera van with a camera doesn't have any discretion.
Yeah.
So if you set your cruise control at a higher speed limit than the legal speed limit, you will get no discretion. It will take your photo, it will send you a fine in the post and stick points on your license. Okay. So ultimately, hopefully, part of what we do is education.
Yeah.
We've talked to you today. Hopefully, you've taken away a lesson. And at the end of the day, ultimately, all we're trying to do is keep you and everybody else alive. We have to work on the roads.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, we get colleagues that get injured and killed. I don't want to get hit by a speeding driver.
Yeah. Thanks very much. I do have respect for the police, and I do much prefer to see police on the road rather than in speed cameras by the side of the road, or some automated system, you know.
Yeah, I agree. Prefer to speak to people
with discretion, like you said.
The thing is, we can talk to you like this, whereas in a van there's no conversation. It's straight to tickets.
But you know, I didn't stop on the motorway because I felt it was unsafe, and I wasn't because I was being disrespectful to you.
But if a vehicle is on the motorway signaling you to stop, put your hazard lights on, at least indicate that you know, because you eventually put your hazard lights on to say...
Well, I flashed you to say I've acknowledged you, haven't I?
And that, you know, that's what I'd expect. At least if you're unsure about stopping there, at least do that in future. Say, I've acknowledged you there, I'm going to stop here, and kind of try and at least gesticulate to say where you're going to go. Because at that time, so you've gone into lane 1, straight out into lane 2, stuck in lane 2, and I'm sort of like...
At least now you can upload your video about how pleasant police officers really are.
Yeah.
Instead of all the horrible ones.
Yeah. Right. You guys are going to be a star on YouTube anyway later.
Oh, there we are. We try our best. Look after yourself, Brett.
Thanks very much.
Have a good one,
Right. Cheers, guys.
What's the YouTube channel?
Well, Julian Chamberlain. I've got about 7,000 subscribers. So
Get on.
yeah.
Check it out.
Right.
Have a good one.
See you later. Well, he weren't too bad in the end, was he?